Got to do my mustache.
Alright,
Oh,
we
yes.
are recording.
Awesome.
We
Okay.
will see if it ends up on YouTube or just for us.
Yeah. And either way, it's mainly for us.
Yeah,
But
that's true.
Our fans, though.
our fans, or whatever we should call them, can maybe learn
Groupies.
from other people's mistakes. That's
Our
great.
enemies. Yeah.
Our enemies have to
Um,
know how powerful we are. They must witness
They must fear us.
witness me.
I think we are on a journey, and if you guys want to fast travel somewhere, just try to find a way to do that. Like
Telegraph.
we're basically one day out of the starting town or whatever, and there's a far way to go. So if you want to fast travel or get somewhere fast, you should find a way to do that. And then you can also signal, like just keep walking for days, or you can find a way to get somewhere fast somehow.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, I should say that it should be. I will try to have an open game. I don't know what is going to happen, and for better and worse. And we'll just see what happens and take it from there.
Should I recover all my HP?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm also trying to remember how rolling dice works. My god. I'm like having a brain fart about Mausritter.
If I remember correctly, if you roll under your strength, dex, or will, it's a d20, and you want to roll under it.
Okay.
Or equal. Mhm.
Attacks is
Or
just
equal.
whatever the weapon you have, like the d6, d8, whatever.
That's what I rolled. Got it.
And if you have armor, you deduct that from your damage. That's it, right?
Got it.
Yes.
Good. I'm good then.
Uh,
We have fought a bird that hunted us. Birdie escaped in the under thicket, and there were some mice infected with a sickness that we learned are the sources of which being mushrooms, setting the bodies on fire and ending the session on that somber note.
Indeed. And the mouse were helped to a merciful death. Um, Darkness fell, and this is where the session starts. Slick.
I am standing up already, fixing my little wizard hat, adjusting a little satchel underneath my robe. I look around. Grant, Grant, are you ready, son? A very gentle sun in the morning. Uh, cool breeze.
I use a small a small like nut cover filled with morning dew, drinking on it and handing that cup to my hireling Wattle so he can have a sip as well, wiping off my face. Ugh. Ready or not, Slick? We should travel anyways.
Very well. I adjust my stick. We must walk through the End Kingdom on the way back to the spawning grounds. It should be relatively safe, though.
I nod, like half-heartedly.
As long as we don't step into their burrows, they should be no bother to us. And I point with my little stick towards that direction. Once again, let's try to keep under cover. Many birds fly during the morning looking for food. So, unless it should be us, let's keep it a low profile.
I close my wood button of my elegant clothes, tighter around my neck, and shovel some dirt onto the deceased charred carcasses. Let's go then.
Very well.
The clearing in the underbrush around the fireplace is a small spot between the narrow stems. A path leads through the thicket. This is where the mice came from. It should lead through it to somewhere beyond.
On the way, as I'm walking, still walking with a stride, a walk cycle very similar to that of a pigeon, bobbing my head back and forth as I walk. I I look back at the mice. Please, if you do hear any crickets of the sort, let me know. I'm running low on the rations. I'd like to grab something. Though we are going through the End Kingdom, I suppose I could find something there as well.
Using my hook arm like a stave, leaning on it with my weight, following the frog as I refuse to look over my shoulder back on the path we are coming from. Duly noted, Slick. I'll keep my ears sharp.
The path behind is winding, and just out of eyesight, is a sound of chittering 8-feet footsteps. Then it stops, waiting.
I do not notice at all. I keep walking on the at the same pace.
I give a low whistle, and
I
my
perk up.
ears are standing up in the direction I've heard the sounds of, holding my hook arm defensively in front of my body.
I looking confused at the mice, blinking one eye at a time.
Somebody's there, Slick.
I jolt my head towards the direction, towards there.
I squint my eyes, not sure if I can make out a shape or if it's an illusion or just more leaves.
The underbrush seems suspiciously empty of the small insects and critters. Um, It's a spider thicket. More chittering, both to both sides of the path.
I think we walked into a spider's nestling here. I look on the
Oh,
floor and lift my foot if I stepped on any strands.
Indeed, tiny little strings of gray stick to the tarragon's paw. Not too sticky, but
We
it is
we have alerted
definitely a
them.
spider's web.
We've alerted the spider slick.
oh no. Most terrible. I I I approached them holding my little staff with my little stick with two hands. Mm, I don't think there is a way around it though. I look around at the thick, grass. We'd be we'd be easy prey uh, in this closed space. We must prepare for battle. I'm afraid.
Should we hunt them before they can get to us?
Hmm. I could be wrong, but spiders tend to be lonesome creatures. I doubt there'd be more than two or three. They are not much of the sharing kind, you see.
I
I
wouldn't
look at
be I wouldn't be worried about the spiders of a tree trunk. They're usually docile and quite small, but I'm not sure about the forest down here. I'm not sure how big they
mm,
get in the wilds.
I'm afraid a little encounter at your home, at your burrow, could be related to these. I look at Waddle. Torch better. Do you still quit? How fast can you lit your torch? I'm whispering now.
Waddles is shaking, his pointy snout darting in all directions, his ears listening left, now right. Very fast. Should we should we run away, master? He's shaking all over, trying to get his torch out.
No,
Mm,
stick by my side. I'll defend
look,
you.
uh, y- if if necessary, I'll need you to light the torch, throw it at the ground, and run very fast to the opposite direction.
Okay,
I'll
I understand.
I'll try I'll try diplomacy. I look towards the direction of the tree dream, and I raise my voice. Hello there, travelers of the Arachno kind, and I slowly step four steps ahead.
The thicket turns completely silent instantly as the sound echoes through it. After a moment of silence, three small shapes jump out, one behind and two in front of the little group. They are eight-legged menaces. One of them is carrying something. The other one looks quite large.
I step one step back at the sight. Hello, can you understand my words?
The big spider motions with its fangs and its forelegs. It sounds like Morse code, pointing at the small one. It drops what's a stone with inscriptions. looks heavy, falls on the floor. Punk! The big one keeps its Morse code.
I still looking at them. I just slightly turn back and warn the others. It seems to understand us. Unfortunately, I do not speak Arachnid. I accept your message. Please, is consider it as a token of gratitude. I produce from my robe one last fat white grub. I, I throw at them. The grub flops on dirt, collects some dirt on its fat, moist body.
The big spider goes to the grub and takes it with some of its hands, spins it around, and it's covered with web. Throws it out to the side, and it looks to be grabbed by something in the thicket. It grabs something on the floor. It's like a rope that goes to both sides. It's tight. It starts to just, you know, make it vibrate. Like a faint sound comes out of it. It points threateningly.
I now, if you may, if you may fall back a little, I gladly take the stone message.
I clench my
This,
weapon with both hands, turning my back to Slick to face off the spiderling behind us, not allowing him to get any closer without my eye on him.
the spider's patience seems to have run out. It points at the table angrily, and then it motions its two followers to capture. They move in for an attack.
He don't seem to be ready to talk, Slick.
I once I put my hand in my robes and I lift with one of my little sleek balls a tiny stone tablet and riveting in a almost musical vibration. The tablet starts glowing. A a grease spell a few feet, a few inches up ahead. A a fail.
The tablet glows with a greasy color and then simply turns itself off, and it's just a piece of stone now. The hindmost spider jumps on top of Waddle and bites him. Another spider goes for Tarragon. It tries to bite on his foreleg. 5 damage.
Okay.
Slick, right?
Yeah.
5 damage.
I cry out in pain and strike the spider with my hook arm. The tiny, well, quite large fish hook attached to a stick, slicing down across the arms, holding the weaponry that stabbed me in the leg for 9 damage.
The hook perforates the creature's um, armed exterior and goes through, ripping its intestines out. The big one screams out in anger. It attacks Slick. It bites into the frog's arm with its venomous fangs. 6 damage.
I rib it out in pain. My little arm gets swollen from the venom being injected. As a reaction, with the other hand, I try to whack it at the fangs, at the fang mandibles. 1 damage. Ah!
Big Spider is now on top of the ancient wizard, biting for his face, biting for his neck, spurting out liquids on his face.
I turn on my feet and run towards Biddle to strike the spider with a big swing on top of him. Another 9.
The billhook comes down hard on the spider's back, takes off the head. Green slime slides down Slick's body. Waddle seems to have taken care of the last spider.
I'm still like struggling with trying to keep it out of my face, with my arm is still like being bitten and the other one with the stick.
The hook still stuck inside the spider. I pull the body off Slick and throw it away.
I tumble a little bit.
The forest is once again back to its regular sounds. 3 dead spider bodies lying beside the path, a stone tablet, and a stretched spider wire.
I
Waddles is Waddles sits and cries a bit.
I breathe heavily, now sinking onto my knees as I'm feeling lightheaded, Slick. This is the last time I negotiate with the enemy.
I struggling, like using my good hand with the staff to stand up. Still like the same bland expression on my face. I'm just my inner eyelid blinking more often. Like whenever violence is not an option, we should try it. The arachnids are strange creatures. I look at my arm. There's 2 holes in it. Mm, I suppose we should take a rest. Wait a second. I stumble at one of the spider bodies and I try to like flip a little bit its abdomen to see if I can spot any specific pattern on the upper abdomen of the spider.
The spider rolls over, revealing its intricate pattern, its call sign, its position, its code, as it were. It looks like a net, some sort of net.
Yes, I believe they are connected to the ones that attacked us, but I look at my arm like it's getting like stiff. My little fingers. It's mostly paralyzing though. We should not die to it. You see, I sit, getting my body like resting my body on the spider. They paralyze you to slowly eat you after. Uh,
My I drag myself towards the grub strung up in the air, my stuck up leg limping behind me. Uh, I can feel it now, stick,
mm,
and I look up, see if I can grab the grub with my billhook.
Take a take a dexterity.
Not quite nimble enough. The food is just out of range as it bounces
don't
off.
worry, Grant. Besides, I with my other good hand, I tap at abdomen. I think I found food for myself here.
Okay, okay, Slick. And I just let myself
Let's
fall
rest
to the floor.
for an hour or so. Uh, my eyelids, like I close them, breathing in.
Waddles volunteers to keep watch, but first he hands you the tablet that the spider dropped on the floor. This must be yours. What does it say? It,
I grab it, opening one
the
eye at a time once again.
the tablet mouse inscriptions to be understood. Blah 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 blah. I'll go
Sorry.
take a nap now, sir.
Go
It
ahead,
said
Waddles.
to be understood on the tablet.
Mm, I look at it. Uh, I'll ponder over it. You two may rest, and I hold the tablet to my chest. I'm still a bit dizzy, and uh, I say to myself, I take care of that after my rest.
I sit on the floor until we rested enough. The massive weapon leaned over my body against my shoulder, the metal blade glinting up in the air from whatever light penetrates these forests.
The
Why do
rest,
this why do the spiders want us? Slick. Do not understand.
Mm,
I'm just the
I've had
grandson of
encounters with them
somebody.
before. See, me and your grandfather, we had encounters with them before. They work for whoever pays, and we protected people from them. So maybe it could be a vendetta. I I show the tablet. Can you read this? It says to be understood, but this is not in Froggish. It's in your
I
tongue.
reach out my hand to grab the pebble filled with inscriptions. Let's see. Rub
As
my
much
eyes.
wisdom as I may seem to have, I must admit I don't think I understand the message here. To be understood.
In the hands of a mouse, a native speaker, the tablet glows and comes alive almost with its message, with its all its many messages. It's promising to explain everything: the dialects, the languages, the animals, the hand signs, the patterns, even the Morse code. It is so eager to tell all this. Only needs to be activated. It is. That's what it said.
Can you make any heads or paws of it?
I rub the tablet, pondering on its content, looking for it. It wishes to be activated, split, slick,
Oh,
like
activated.
like
I
an artifact.
I
The
pick
knowledge
my
to translate.
I pick my own little stone tablet. Please hand it me again. I rest it on my lap, my own, and extend a hand towards the one you just got, Grant.
I hold it towards you, straining under
Too
my mouse
close.
body.
Both on my lap, and started like running my fingers through it. Oh, I've never seen this one before.
But why does it
But
not react to you?
the runes. Mm, I have to study it a little, but I think this is a magic tablet, not unlike mine own. Though I fear that in my anxiety I did not pronounce the correct words.
I nod.
I'm confident I could interpret how to use it, but I would rather to do so at nightfall when we are safer. We start to stand up. My arm is still like a little bit stiff, but moving now. Two large puncture marks in it. I'm very wary, but we must proceed.
Time skip.
Okay.
Uh,
Recovering from
Grant,
the short rest, rolling the dice over here.
Yeah,
I
d6
get
plus 4 plus 1.
getting back up. I'm feeling much better now. I'm ready to head out when you are.
uh, I'd like to pack some of the legs if you'd kindly help me
Of
pluck them.
course, without hesitation, I take the bodies apart like an animal, like cutting a chicken.
The
Two legs
spider,
could be
the,
enough.
the spider legs look delicious. They come off fairly easily, and there are big chunks of gray meat on it.
Hmm. I put one in my mouth and like, and I suck the meat out.
I
Yes.
pilfer the bodies for any pips they have on them.
One of the spiders had a little pocket in its patterns. There is a pip, just a one, but with a strange etching on it. It matches the one on its shell.
This might
Nobody's
be worth
gonna take
something.
that as payment.
I hold it up to Slick.
Uh, Slick still like with slicking on a ball. Oh, on a leg. I'm sorry. What is that?
Looks to be some payment that he got from the clan or something. The etching
I approach him.
seems to be the same as on his chest.
Mm, it could be the assassin spiders. I must confess that I don't recognize all the patterns.
I nod.
So they are for sure trying to contact us, but why exactly? I'm not sure. I I look at the the stone tablet they gave us. I'd like to study this a little while more.
Take your time then, wizard. I. But we should be off as soon as possible.
Hmm. There are many safe places in the Ant Kingdom.
Then we shall study there.
I nod.
Okay, let
And
us make
so it
haste.
was. The tablet seemed content with the ancient wisdom wizard. Although not a native speaker, it had learned the language to some extent. The journey through the thicket was so uneventful. Any spiders nearby quickly ran off. Eventually, the group was out in the regular forest among the oaks. Plenty of fallen leaves, the twittering of birds. The day was drawing longer, but still afternoon. The paths to the ant hills winding crisscross amongst the on the on the forest.
I'm walking the whole time. Every now and then I'm looking at a tablet, like mumble repeating something to myself. Yes. Mm. Walking like absent-minded.
In a in a dark line behind Slick, I follow his big footsteps for easier travel myself. Hanging my head low, whispering. Well, it doesn't look that complicated to me, Slick. I'm not sure why you're having so much trouble with this
I'm
thing.
I'm sure I understand it now, but what bothers me is why. This is for sure one of the many magic tablets that are scattered. Not unlike mine, they did want to communicate, uh, but why?
Well, they were certainly short fused. This is the last time I'm talking to any spider.
Mm,
I want to keep
maybe.
my guts inside of my body, Slick.
So do I. I doubt though they. Well, I take that back. They might come after us again, but I shake the tablet. I'll be wiser next time.
Look, I think we've reached the mound. I
I
point
look up.
towards us, in front of us.
Oh yes, it's best to not approach it. The ants are as pragmatic as the spiders are impatient. Did not take kindly to anything bigger or anything really approaching their mound. You should just give a wide berth and keep on going.
The mound now towering above the group seems suspiciously passive. Very few ants are even to be seen. The main path to the mound was it's full of debris and hasn't been cleaned for a while.
Hmm. Now that is odd. I pointed like they are usually, especially in this time of the year, they are working very hard. I wonder if it
Lazy
has any
ants,
connection to whatever happened to your kindred back in the fire last night.
I
I
scoff.
I look at one ant walking by and not really getting in front of it, but I wave my hand like close to it as to not break the pheromone path.
This particular ant is of the warlike giant ant species. It's unwise to meddle with these creatures, but this one seems very tired. It is dragging a comrade behind it.
I
It
I
has a bunch of mushrooms growing out of it.
ooh, yes, that is not good. See if you spot one without the sprouts, will you?
I'll keep my eyes
The
open.
one dragging its partner has no sprouts, but its dead partner did.
I pull the stone tablet and I extend the hand uh, close to the antenna of the healthy ant.
The tablet wants to be activated. It wants to talk to the ant. It glows up. The ant whiffles its antennas. Strangely, that makes sense. What its motions uh, a scent, a Swedish, almost rotting scent emanates from its hind body, carrying words.
I I talk. We do not seek to harm you, but what is the growing sprout on its back? We've seen it before.
The ant responds,
I'm hunched over.
still dragging its partner. Need to clean, need to clear out the mound. It's the plague. It's the plague. We were hit hard.
May I
Please,
speak?
please help us drag these out.
May I speak with a higher rank one, please? Send a signal.
Aid our queen if you can. Aid
Oh,
us.
if we are so allowed to commune with the queen, yes.
Follow the yellow-green scent trail through the mound.
I
36 left and 17 up, and then to the east, and it keeps explaining the way to the center. It insists that you should follow the scent. It will lead you right there.
I stand upright and look at my mice companions. We are going to have an audience with the queen.
Oh, that was easy. You must be a big deal
Yeah,
then, Slick.
we'll find out. I I motion them like up to the mound. Whatever malady has come over them, I hope to find out if it can affect us, uh, bigger critters, non non-insect critters.
Look at
So
the
climbing up.
mushrooms. Well, I'm not eating that, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, best avoided.
Waddles looks at the mushrooms. He actually looks a bit hungry, and he says, "What are we eating then, Master? Apologies. It looks delicious."
Keep your hands from that, Waddles. We still have a couple of rations left. I pull out.
We still have the spider legs. I'm trying to like make my way up to the mound with basically one good hand on a stick. Please
Ah,
follow
cool.
me. It must be dark down there.
Uh, Slick, give me one. I need to be strong. And
Didn't you grab some?
didn't
We had at least 16 or 32 legs available.
he tries to calculate the amount of legs. And very soon, the entrance of the mount is right in front. Its doors are not even closed properly. Looks battered.
I reached to the one point of like my robe. It's all like dirty, a bit moist too, and I hand it to Tarragon. Please grab onto this, and Waddle may grab onto your tail. We should. It's dark down there. You see, they don't use light to see.
we should strike a torch then? I do not wish to walk in
I
the
do not think
complete
they will
darkness.
like that.
Oh,
So should we just follow our noses? Says Waddle.
Yes,
It's really dark.
thanks to the ancient magic, I point to like something invisible on the ground. I can see where we should go. Maybe your snout can pick up a this, and I keep like motion like an invisible trail.
I nod. I sniff the air, trying to decipher what Slick is talking about.
But worry not, worry not. I wave my hand and start making my way like into the pathways. Uh, I'm very confident.
Make a will, Paragon.
Oh, okay. Is it rolling above or below? That's good.
Roll under.
Then it's a failure.
The damp air in the mount is full of chemical signals, and it goes in all sorts of directions. It's a complete mess and jumble of you don't know what.
I cannot
Hold on tight to my robe.
find Slick. You get us into this mess, but you will get us out of this mount when we are
Oh
done.
yes, yes. I I can get us out. I swear uh, under my under my grease. Uh, every now and then, like on a five-way split, I stop and like with one finger like over my lips. I look at one, look at the other. I come yes, yes, over here, and I keep making some turns, sometimes going up, sometimes going down. complete darkness. But in my eyes, there's some trails in rainbow colors guiding me.
I lift my tail for the waddle to hold onto it as I hold the cloak tightly, following Slick.
Waddle seems to enjoy the ride. He says, "This reminds me of tunneling school. I I attended tunneling school for at least 2 weeks. I And then he starts talking about the old days before he dropped out and became a torchbearer.
Oh, the
At one
tunneling
point,
lessons were certainly fun.
uh, yes, this is just like it. The tunnels go everywhere. They go to the center of the world, especially if we dig that far.
I'm still like super focused on guiding the group, making eventual stops. Oh yes, the scent is getting stronger. I think we're approaching the queen.
All right.
I think so, Mira.
I
Connection.
squint my
There.
eyes. Absolute. Does darkness cover us, or can we make out things as mice? I'm not sure.
I think his connection faltered.
Oh, I see. Yeah,
He's
he is
frozen.
freezing up.
We can give it a minute or two.
Uh, let's gonna poke him in chat.
Mm-hmm. How the table turns. Huh?
Wanna have a small intermission? Talk out of character, or keep it
Yeah. It's gonna
suspenseful?
take a while. I rolled the wrong dice for the magic. I noticed
Oh,
that. I rolled a d20. I should have just done like this or like this. And if it's equal or higher, yeah, no, yeah. Like the power. So let's say I use grease power one. I just roll one, and if I got a 4, 5, or 6, then I would like use one
yeah.
charge. So I should have, yeah. But I like, you know what? Yeah, I just read it wrong, and my character did as well. So there's no like
Okay.
spell failure. Next time it should work. I should have rolled for the. I'm gonna do it now, by the way. When I use the okay, the communicate. Like I really did not understand. Like, oh, it's a spell tablet. That was on me.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like I can just use the tablet because it's for
You
mouse.
can. Anyone can. Yeah, anyone
Okay.
can really.
Alright, Solmir is back here.
Hello, hello.
Hi,
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear
sorry
you.
about that. I'm back.
hmm
No worries.
So let's retread like 3 paces. So
All right. After a while of running around the anthill tunnels, the rainbow greenish blue pattern seems to flicker, and then it stops. The tablet became tired, it said.
Oh,
And there's a path that goes up and a path that goes down. The few ants that are standing by look confused, as though they noticed you for the group for the first time. Uh, One of them, with the last breath of the spell, it asks, "You know the way, bro?" And then it just moves its antennas.
oh, I just lost. I say to my companions, I've just lost signal there. I'm like feeling my own robes. I get a tablet. Like on the dark, I run my fingers through it, see if it's the right runes and lines. Oh yes, yes, yes. I extended, trying to get the and to touch it once again.
The spell flickers back into action, stronger than ever.
Oh, yeah, excuse me. We found one of your workers and a plead for help. He said we could talk with your queen. We are interested in finding what plague haunts you. Maybe even help.
Oh, you are ants. I mistook you for mice for a moment.
Yes,
And
yes.
the air is full of scents and colors everywhere. Some of them clearly lead to the queen. You know the way, right? It's just follow the scents.
Yes, yes. Uh, just to be sure. I kind of gesturing, like looking at invis- invisible things in the dark. I should take a turn there, right? To the left.
The ant shakes its head and and starts to do some of the more cleaning work. It looks really tired.
Mm. Okay, hold on tight. We're getting very close. We should be there in but a couple of turns. Maybe the tablet can help you as well. We'll try to commune with the queen. It would be best if at least one of you could also understand what's happening here. And
I
I gently walk forward so he doesn't Tarragon doesn't lose grasp of my robe.
yeah, I do not know why, but when the tablet glowed, I could understand what the ant was saying. Why does it think we are ants? Makes no sense.
Well, you see the as I'm walking, uh, the ants, they do not see the world as we do. It's scents and pheromones for them. Their eyes are really just for light and darkness. So in their scent, we are like them, ants.
Okay,
I never met a queen though. I wonder if he follows the same rules.
strange
Over
magics.
there, the big opening.
Fine. Waddle, are you still with me?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now,
Good that the tablet is working for everyone. New knowledge. It seems physical connection can interlink the effect. I'll keep that in mind.
moving
The
behind
queen's
Slick
room
into the
is
opening.
the queen's room is feels larger by the sounds, the way the echo moves around the chamber. There's a crying, a deep sadness of a large creature full of feelings, sadness, emotions. It's the queen. weeping for her children. So many of them gone with the plague.
Once inside the chamber, I take my wizard hat and rest it on my chest, and I bow. I just bow like very low to the ground, expecting the queen to recognize our presence first.
The giant insect, larger than any mouse, and with a hind body able to produce thousands of eggs or stings. Come in.
We are in the presence of the queen, I mumble to them. Oh, your highness, thank you so much for allowing us to be in thy presence. I'm honored to be able to see thy greatness. I start to stand upright once again.
Go about your duties. She pauses, tenses up. You are not one of my children. How? Who speaks?
I
We are
keep
creatures
my
from the surface.
I keep my mouth shut, letting the frog do the talking.
Still like not approaching her. We are creatures from the surface. We are not insectoids, but ancient magic allowed us to commune with thee. We've seen the plague that haunts you. We've even seen mice kind be affected by it. We worry for the safety of everyone. Maybe there's something that we may be able to help thee, O Queen.
Mice kind. Her voice shakes. That you are no mice. You are no mouse. Let let the mice speak if we share any sorrow with them.
I I look at Taragon.
I look
She
at Slick.
she wishes to speak with you. Let your let your mice tongue be heard.
But a couple days ago, mice traveled on the surface. I spoke with them, a brother and a sister. They have consumed some mushrooms on the surface to stave off their hunger, but it but they have succumbed to an illness and the mushrooms started growing out of their bodies. I had no choice but to give them a clean end to their suffering. Burning the bodies was the only thing that helped.
The plague, she wails. The plague. So you know our sorrow. There's nothing to do.
Queen, if I may ask, since when have your kind, your children, been facing such an illness? How long has it been? I
Days, weeks, more dead, more and more and more. We were poisoned. We were plagued. Now the anthill is but doomed. I
I
will rest here a few more days before I also succumb to the plague. I expect
I,
nobody can save us.
I approach her by 2 or 3 steps. I've seen your kind, your cycle. I've seen young, winged of your kind find new places. Perhaps this mound be doomed, but your kind is an industrious one. I'm sure that if this place is cursed, you can find a new one and make it blessed. If there's anything we could do here, we'd gladly help thee, O Queen.
The queen seemed distracted for a moment, lost in the memories, perhaps, of her youth, with the fluttering of transparent wings, the clear air, the light, the scents of flowers. Yeah, we must, we must fly. My children will fly again.
We could. I once again still holding like the hat on my chest. I'm afraid we cannot remove the curse, but once evacuated this mound, I can help cleanse it with fire so that the plague does not spread any further.
You have given me hope, Frog, and here, take.
Mouse. It's mouse. Frog and mouse.
I
I,
look at.
I, I
I
barely
just.
mistook you for ants for a moment. Here, take my children. Protect them. They are almost grown. May they fly again. And she presents a handful of grubs this big. Mm.
I I bow. I swear I will protect these as if they were my own spawn, Queen. Once again, I'm sad that this is the occasion I get to meet you, but your visage will be forever in my mind. You are very graceful, Queen.
The queen rubs her hind legs on one of the body parts and secretes out a liquid on the grubs, which changes their color into a deeper shade of gray, pulsating with genetic energy. Now leave me to my sorrow. The bitterness is back. She wishes to speak no more. A stink emanates into the room.
I turn to Slick, bowing to the queen and whispering to the frog. If the plague reaches the ants, there is no doubt there must be a plague spreader somewhere in the area. The ants are
Yeah,
smart, no? They can tell
yes, they are.
what they should bring inside the mound to not be contained.
The,
Is it not?
the spores are very small. It requires but one to start a plague. I I I nest one of the grubs and hand the others to them. Please take care of these. We must help them nurture. It would be so sad to see such a dynasty fall like this. Let us leave before we anger the queen.
Holding the grub in one arm and the stick in the other. Let us see sunlight again.
I once again hand a piece of my robe just for safety and start threading back.
And with that, I believe we should end the session.
Okay.
Yeah. Here, wait. Very sad.
Let me add
It's
item.
it's
It's an ant grub.
Yeah,
There we
that's like
go.
that's a princess, man. That's a
yeah.
princess, man.
It's not just. This is not any ant grub.
She
This
gave
is
us
not food.
three. She gave us three.
Yeah.
I don't
Oh
know.
man,
Like, are they
that actually made me
soldiers? Are
sad,
they? I
man.
cannot tell the difference. Like it's an ant
She
grub.
secreted like the royal jelly equivalent.
Oh,
The,
well, I'm not gonna
yeah,
be able to tell the difference either way. So
yeah.
you're just gonna eat
But
this next break, aren't you? You're
no,
gonna eat it
I
so
laughed because
badly.
like I remember
You're like,
joking about it.
ow,
Like,
chomp the head off.
oh, this is very nutritious. Let me tell you, the
Ah,
princess one. Yeah.
it tastes like honey. You're right. You know,
uh,
it's that extra jelly she put on,
It's,
like peanut butter jelly.
yeah, it's,
I look at the three. Well, we just really need one. I guess we
Yeah.
can eat the other two. No, I'm joking. I don't know, man. That made me sad, man. That made me
Waddle, you
sad.
ate the last
yeah,
one too. My God.
Like if the queen had not dismissed us,
that can happen.
it's like would have like courted her more, Like Slick was mesmerized by the giant queen.
Yeah, I had a hard time role playing this queen, and I had to cut it a bit short with the dialogue with the queen
Okay.
because I didn't know how to.
Nah. Is like I said, like not flirt, but he would court with her like more. Like he was
Well,
like
Yeah,
mesmerized.
it's
It's like
that
it's
is very
it's
cool.
hard. Like you're coming up with NPCs on the spot, so
yeah,
it's
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 like
a bit
it's an alien race
yeah.
too. Like
It's easier if you have like a clear goal in mind of when you have the time to write down what are the goals and what are their flaws, like a couple of character traits. But you pretty much like have to come up on the spot with that. That's so difficult.
Yeah, the
uh,
main problem is like the flavor of the how it
uh,
expresses itself. Kind of
Yeah,
well,
I think you did a decent job.
yeah, I also think like
yeah,
because I also want to like just be more clear because they said, oh, like we can help like cleanse the thing. I thought like I'm gonna cast grease and burn everything. But like that was not defined. I thought they would like evacuate first. But so that's like something to decide in the next part. Like, do we burn with them there? Is that what she wanted, or you know, do we
Yeah,
just burn the entrance?
I was also like wondering what you're trying to achieve here, but I was like, well, if Slick wants to help, Tarragon will, like he will aid. But I
Mhm.
see, like as a character, I see no way. We did not figure out how to stop the spread or how to
Because she
save
didn't know
people
either,
from
right?
the plague. So I'm not sure how what's going to be different this time.
Yeah, well,
Except that
like
we are
she
like,
didn't know, so
like we tried, so we can pat ourselves on the
yeah,
back that we totally said
exactly.
hello, and
That's
then
it.
we watched their whole kingdom perish and moved on.
We helped it continue, yeah. So
People are
burn
gonna
it
think
down.
you are the plague spreader. Wherever you go, ants, mice, they end up dead with mushrooms growing out of them.
I
Are
am the
you sure you're not a
harbinger of
toad
bad news.
spreading, your diseases?
Yeah.
You look like a toad to me.
So that could be you know a thing, but
It's a
easily.
necrotoad, man. It's a necrotoad.
yeah.
That is pretty creepy, actually.
I mean, some people just have like this aura of whatever they are, like things happen, and maybe it's not even because of them just being
No,
there, like a
it's just the
catalyst for.
Undertaker. Nobody, like everybody's scared of him. He shows up like the crow, crows out. He takes
Yeah.
measurements. Next thing you know, the guy ends up dead. and he's just standing there
Yeah,
ready with the grave,
the
like,
coffee. Yeah, I
yeah,
have a coffee like
he got the
perfect
coffin
size
ready.
already.
Let's put him in. It's like, how did you know?
Yeah.
You're of the devil. It's like,
Yeah.
bro, if you could just read the signs of the stupid shit this guy was doing, you would have the coffin be ready too. Like, he's like,
Yeah. It's, it was yeah. I wanted more to interact more with the queen. That was like really cool to me for some reason.
Nice.
I don't
what
know.
did you
It's
want
just
out
like
of it though? I mean, look, role playing with a
I want
queen
to
sounds
talk with the
awesome. Yeah.
no, yeah, like talking like I don't know. It's just like man, it's like an ant queen. Like that's like a creature that is living on like this different level of reality than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it actually is,
Yeah.
and it has complete absolute power of its queendom.
Yeah. So it's just which I guess like yeah, it is hard to play that, especially out of the blue. But like that is such a cool concept. You're talking with like the brain of the hive mind, and then
Right? Yeah.
like the insect is like giant. I don't know, like I imagine her like in the frog's eyes, like beautiful in a creepy way too. I don't know how to explain that.
I really
Yeah. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that, like
Yeah. Me too. I
Gandalf.
imagine.
I really like that Gandalf walks up and be like, "Let me talk to Galadriel, the queen of the elves or something." And I'm just there, like, I'm not gonna say anything. It's like,
Yeah.
you wanna talk to this? Fine. I'm just a hobbit over here. Like, don't kill me,
Mm,
please. Thank you.
Yeah, I was trying to
yeah.
make her
So
be very just in despair because she doesn't believe anything can be done and she doesn't know where it comes from. And if she had some rivalries, it just doesn't matter anymore because everything is in ruins. So she was waiting
I agree with
for
her.
you
and
guys to come up with something. Yeah, to kind of to bring her
It
out
is
of it or come up
suffering.
with something.
Everybody dies who has the plague. All you can do is mercy kill them. Is what I told her, and
mm,
I believe that is true. So
yeah, because I was thinking like yeah, like we could
Right.
find the origin of the thing, but like I was like I don't think this is like magical in and of itself as to like if I kill the big mushroom, all the other ones will like the best we can do is like end this here and at least have
it
your
is.
genetics.
It's totally a
You know,
mushroom answer. I'm telling you, slick.
it could be. No, we
Yes.
could be like, you know what? Let's take a detour. You know, like
Yeah,
let's follow this weird chemtrail here. Like we
we
find
have to
like
stop the
Yeah.
the
mushroom answer. The
yeah.
We have to do it. We have to
Yeah.
return it to
I
the
like that
source.
you just. Yeah, yeah. I mean, could be some. It's just some weird detour, and it could turn into something. I like that it was possible to make like something out of just a side note. Like here's an anthill.
Okay,
Oh, let's make
I'd
something
be
out of it.
down to be like on the middle of the tunnels. Like you know what? Let us investigate further. You know, and so yeah, I'm down for that. Like
Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna like. I believe like from Tarragon's perspective, it's very weird. Like it feels like it's spreading
Hmm.
super fast to the point where animals are caught off guard and die. Like, okay, so let's see. Mushrooms, they grow and they spread. We all know mushrooms. We eat them as part of the diet. Like, we are aware that how quick they can spread. Like, like you sleep the next day, mushrooms everywhere. And you have to, literally clean your front
Ugh.
yard because it's mushrooms. Just they cannot stop
mm,
growing. But
yeah,
Yeah, the
like
spores are microscopic.
yeah, yeah.
exactly.
But like dying to them is a whole new perspective. That's like this is not natural,
Yeah,
at
it's the
least to
invisible
Tarragon.
enemy.
Yeah,
You just
it's
see
like
the the side effect, like you know.
it's like an invasive species, not
Mhm.
that's not home to our region, or we
Yeah,
would know about it. Like the wizard should know, or the mayor,
Yeah.
or a traveler would warn: do not turn east. They have been
yeah,
invaded by the mushroom answer, like
yeah.
It is
There's like an
unusual.
earthworm down there, like causing
yeah.
the ruckus. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm losing time, so I will need to go soon.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Pretty
Do
much.
we have any last words? Do we need a third session, or do we end it here and try
Yeah.
to organize the next
I
one?
think I think we should do a third session and follow on the Cordyceps menace, just to have like a big note. We either die or
All right.
or we assume we made our way to the pond.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, we can
sure.
do that.
I'm up for it. Yeah, and
Let's
that'll
do
be
that.
at three sessions. Isn't it's nice?
Yeah,
That's
and you know
nice.
what? Because we're like basically in a dungeon, if you want like to go ahead and like kind of prep some stuff, I'm down like to do like a 3D thing, Because I guess that we entered the dungeon, like a closed space.
I mean, we could just leave the end place. We could try to help
Yeah,
them. I leave it up to you, Solmir. My character
yeah,
is
like
trying
same
to follow
thing.
Slick, right?
Yeah, like I either gonna do two things. Like we either leave and I'll decide with the group with if we should burn the mound there and now, because the queen kind of accepted her, she understood, and like take
Yeah.
care of the grub until it matures into a net and let it start a new kingdom. Or if we do a detour and find, and try
Yeah,
to
and
find like
yeah, making sure the crops can grow before we move on.
top
I
priority.
think is like the priority.
It should grow fast, you know.
I'm a mouse.
Yeah, they
I have no clue. How fast do they grow?
if
Overnight.
uh, if they are fed correctly, they may grow quickly. But
Uh,
I'm also down to just say like
all
we
right.
spend a week, watching them grow and tending
yeah.
to the crops.
Yeah,
The nursery episode.
Yes, until they
I
can like
wouldn't.
fly away.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing some time of time skip or something.
Hmm.
At one point in the middle, I said time skip, and that was an experiment. I wanted to see how you reacted.
Well,
That was not the most elegant way to do a time skip. I think. I think it's not possible unless it's initiated by the players.
no, I think
No, it's like fine.
you could have. So I see what you're doing, but I'm thinking like, what do I respond? Because I'm trying not to respond to like
Out
out
of
of
character.
character
Yeah,
information. So I did a lot of stuff of like just following Slick, like moving along and doing some
I
chit
felt a little
chat.
bad
What?
because I noticed like, wait, it's just me, like because only I am talking in the ends. I'm like, this is not right. But then he said, wait, I can see the things, I can understand them. Like, oh, fine,
Yeah,
that's good, that's good.
I was thinking about it, and it was a magic stone, so I
It's
thought it's
magic.
expedient if I pick up on it. The magic translates.
Okay, see, that's the thing where like 4Ding something for because there's just it's just obnoxious to
The other
have to
thing,
now you pick the tablet and you touch it.
yeah, the
yeah,
the other the other thing was also being like, okay, I play with the idea that I don't understand anything, and I'm very confused and upset with my wizard for not explaining what's happening here. Like the guy
I
asked,
forgot to
"Let's
just tell
help
them.
us
Yeah.
dragging out the bodies," and you're like, "No, I want to talk to your manager." That was incredibly rude, but it's like,
No, because I thought like, okay, like he understands that like there's the hierarchy in the end, so like there's no
yeah.
point in talking to a worker because it's just like a drone pretty much.
It
yeah,
was a soldier. This guy, he was a hulking ant, made bread for war.
Yeah.
yeah. That's what's so scary about the plague, that it reduces these mighty warriors to just a sad little critter that's just
Has to
hopping
work.
around and not caring where the
Yeah.
mouse are coming into his kingdom.
Yeah.
That's
Actually a
that was
frog because
sort
like
of
I'm a
my easy
predator.
way out.
Yeah.
Like I was thinking like, man, I'm the predator here, so like but like I guess the tablet worked that out. I'm like, oh good. That's why he was not like, I'm a frog and they are mice. No, they are mice. Like, never mind me, you know. I don't want to cause a ruckus.
Good. We should have just killed
Yeah,
them all and took all of their pips while they're awake.
yeah, just search the bodies and find something.
I'm just a
that was
bartender. What do I know? You know, it's like
you know, if you really like did like a true rat there, you know, like oh well, you know, start flipping the bodies.
that's what a rat would do. You know, I am
Yeah.
conservative like that. Yeah, I'm a true mouse.
You know, like you look at your like family ancestry, you're like, oh, I have 16% rat.
Oh my god, the great grand uncle.
That's something you don't talk about at family dinners.
Exactly.
He's the black mouse of the family.
Oh, black rat. Yeah.
All right. Any last words, Solmi? I want to let you go here, but we keep talking.
Right. No, thanks. Was great,
No.
and see you
All right.
later.
Awesome. I'm gonna stop the recording.
Thank you, man.
here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank
it's still
you.
recording?
Yeah.
I could have said something bad. Okay.